Alright guys, so here's what's on the bench today. Ibanez Destroyer in black, bolt-on neck. It's got a few miles on it, but it gets played a lot. Somebody loves this thing. You got the 3-way toggle switch, you got the 2 humbuckers. So we're going to put new strings on it, and we're also going to throw this dimebucker in here. So let's get started. First things first, I'm taking the old strings off with the help of my Ernie Ball Power Peg Pro string winder. Just for fun, let's take a look at this low E string here at the gauge. Oh, it looks like a 52. Big heavy gauge. I'm not sure what tuning to put this thing in. I'll have to call and ask him what tuning he wants this in. I imagine it's a pretty low tuning. Let's see what the high E string says. B. Yeah. B to B. Cool Ibanez tailpiece here. Quick change. Super cool. Take that off. We'll set these to the side. So let's do this. I'm going to tilt it kind of on its side. And we're going to tug on this wire so we can see which one it is. Okay, it goes back to this second potentiometer right here. So it's on that one right there. Okay, let me get my soldering iron out and plug it in and warm that thing up. Okay. There it is, the old pickup that came out. And it's got an R for rear, and it's double slug. No pole adjustments or anything, so they sound good. I like them. Okay, but now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take a look at this Seymour Duncan, and it's a... How many wires is on this thing? It's only a 2-wire with a ground. So that'll be easy. And this has a very small, tiny little pickguard, which is good, where this one, not pickguard. This has a small pickup ring. This one has a much larger pickup ring. I think I need to use this larger pickup ring. Okay, so now we're going to run these wires back through. Set that back down in there and put these screws back in. And then we'll take his old pickup. We'll put it back inside here for him to take home with him. Sometimes guys give me the old stuff like this. I have a store full of I have a store full of old parts, and I love when you guys donate your parts and the boxes to put them in and all that kind of stuff. I have all kinds of that stuff laying around. And then, of course, we can adjust the height once we get the strings on here. But first, let's flip it back over on its face, and we will solder this baby up. So imagine that we have the green wire is positive, or is the black wire positive? I guess I'm going to have to look that up. It's hard to tell, we're just guessing. Let me see if there's any. Here we go. Get the directions out. Okay. These are all saying the green is the ground and the black is the positive. Yeah. Bare. Okay, let's look. Yeah, I'm going to say black goes to the potentiometer, and the green and the bare wire get soldered to the potentiometer. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off right here. Good. And then we're going to take some solder and put it on these, the tips of these wires right here. And it would help if I wasn't so shaky, but that's how life is. There we go. Okay. Black wire potentiometer. This gray wire keeps wanting to get in my way. You get out of my way. Okay, let me put some solder right on the top. Sorry about my camera work, guys. You guys probably can't see any of this. There we go. Stick that right there. So I stick it on there. Oh, stick it on there. Hold it on there. And then I always grab a little wrench and to hold it down on there, and while I move the heat, there we go. So that should be it. Okay, so let's plug it in, test this thing out. Turn that down a little bit right there. Perfect. I love it when a plan works out. There you go. Turn this, when I turn my soldering iron, listen how quiet it gets. Wow. Got rid of the buzz by turning the soldering iron off. Alright, so again, there it is. Quick and easy. Volume, volume, tone. Alright, so now that we've got that in there, we are just going to go back to my normal setup, and that means cleaning the fretboard. So let me get in here real close and show you that who's ever had this guitar has played it a lot. You can see a lot of dirt and grime on the fretboard. The overall frets, though, I see a little tiny wear on the first couple of frets. He had some big strings on there, but I will clean on those too. Clean the whole guitar. Then we'll do the rest of the adjustments as far as checking the neck for how much relief is in the neck and all that kind of stuff. And so let's just clean on the fretboard for a little while. So let me find a nice clean shop rag. I'm almost out, but I've got the Dunlap 65. Gonna spray a ton of it on here. I've always loved these destroyers. The old Ibanez 555s from the old Def Leppard days, right? Remember how cool those things were? Customers appreciate it when they pick their guitar up and it's been cleaned a little bit, and you don't usually have to spend too much time doing it. Sometimes, you know, just a couple of minutes makes for a great restring. Alright, let's take some F1 oil, put it on the up here on the fretboard, and kind of let that kind of soak in a little bit, and then we'll wipe it off, and it'll bring a lot of the dirt up off of there, and it hydrates, and you know, it just makes the fretboard look nice. Alright, this is a long scale or is it a short scale? This is a short scale guitar. Gibson scale length. Let's take a look at this fretboard. It looks nice and flat. Again, there's no string tension on it though. But I think this is right where you want it to be. There we go. Cleaned up pretty good. Okay, let's just snug down the tuners. There we go. And I've also noticed that a couple of the tuner buttons are a little bit, they're missing the plastic piece. So that's unfortunate. I'll snug them down a little bit. But there's a little plastic bushing, or maybe it's nylon, that goes between the button and the tuner, and you can see them, they're white. This guitar is missing 3 of those. So that's unfortunate. I don't have any, or I would put new ones on for him. But when he comes to pick his guitar up, I will give him that sad news that a nice upgrade would be some nice tuners on it, maybe even locking tuners, since this is just a regular nut on here, and it's not something like a Floyd Rose locking nut where you have to lock it down. So locking tuners would be beneficial on a guitar like this one. Okay, let's look and see what's inside here. Alright, this is a Fender Jazzmaster. This is the Jim Root from 2020. Made in Mexico. Single volume. 3-way selector. EMG pickups. The Jim Root Jazzmaster. Super cool guitar. Comes in this beautiful case. It's got all the case candy in here and everything. But yeah, Jim Root. There it is. Come and get it, guys. This one's for sale. Okay, roll the jingle. Today's string choice. Today's string choice. D'Addario. 11 through 49 medium gauge. Bright tone, round wound. 11 through 49. Perfect intonation, it says right on the package. Open this up. Oh, they're trying to sell you the Pro string winder and the clip-on free tuner. Snarks. Telling you, they're the king of the clip-on tuners. Probably the most innovative thing. I've said this a few times, but all these guys are always trying to make new guitar gadgets, and most of the time they're not very useful. All the new gadgets don't really do much. But when the guys came up with those snark tuners, they were onto something. And it was something good, and now everybody uses the snark tuners. Okay, let's see, let's put this piece back in here. And these strings just set in here real quick and easy like. There it goes. Yeah, so in this day and age, to try to be very innovative with creating new little guitar gadgets where people like, oh, I'll make this little guitar pick that does 3 different things. Or I'm going to invent this little thing that you grip and it improves your grip. Dude, I suffered from hand pain for about a month because I had one of them stupid grip things in here. Yeah, don't fall for the new gadgets that are out there, guys. Just stick to the smart stuff that's been proven for decades. And one thing that really bugs me, I'm saying I'm going to vent for a minute. Okay, excuse my horrible camera work. But I'm still seeing channels that do this. I watch restring channels, okay? When you put the string through here, there's guys that will put the string through the tuner. Okay. Is that the hole? Yeah. Put the string through the tuner, and then they wrap the string back around and shove it through the hole again. Guys, don't do that. Don't ever do that. And the one reason that I'm telling you that is because there is not a guitar factory on earth. Fender, PRS, Gibson, Ernie Ball, Ibanez, none of them wrap the string through, around, and back through. Don't do it. It's a pain in the ass when you try to take the strings off. Oh, these guys trying to reinvent the wheel. If Gibson guitars and Fender guitars don't wrap their strings like that, then don't you guys wrap your strings like that. Okay? You're just making it hard on everybody. Okay, my rant is over. Now I can get back to being polite and nice and quiet. Like the Bob Ross of guitar restrings. Okay? Happy guitar restringer guy. Guitars are fun. Got to open for Zebra. Do you guys remember that band? Zebra put an album out in the early 80s. I think 1983 their album came out. And they had a really good song called Who's Behind the Door? And it got tons of FM radio play back in the early 80s and mid 80s. And I got to go open for those guys at the Canyon. Trying not to talk over my string winder. But I got to open for Zebra and it was a ton of fun. And I did do a YouTube video about it. And if you guys want to go back and watch that, that would be nice of you guys. It's just me it's just me playing bass. I got my trucker hat on, pretending to be a rock star, opening for Zebra. I had my camera on the side of the stage, and every time, there was tons of kick drum in the monitor, and every time my drummer sat on his kick drum, it made the camera just shake. It was like boing, boing, boing. So it's a little hard to watch, but if you guys would be so kind to check out my band in that video that I just put up. Okay, let's tune this thing. I'm going to put the tuner right here. And you guys, hopefully you'll be able to see that. Oh yeah, I was going to ask him what tuning he wanted it in. I'm going to leave it in B. Should we go drop B? I might have to retune this. I don't know what tuning he wants it in. B, E, G sharp. Look how it was already there. And then C sharp. This guitar already knows where it wants to go. Alright, there it is. Okay, let me see if I can pull this tone knob off of here. It's kind of loose. There we go. So I want to tighten on that. And a lot of times I can just hold it from the bottom. I have these flat needle nose that I use. And they seem to work good for me. Okay, turn that all the way to 10. We'll throw this back on there. There we go. Alright, and since we're in here, we'll use a little bit of my electronic spray cleaner. And we'll just get in here so that we can get some of the dust out of these potentiometers, and that maybe will prevent some crackling. And then just roll them around to get any dust out of there. We're in Arizona, and their Arizona dust pretty much gets everywhere. And then you can even spray a little tiny bit of it up here in this three-way switch. Just to get the dust out of there. There's a lot of extra wire on this pickup. I think if we just put it down in there like that, it'll be okay. Alright guys, there you have it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. Do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe and all that kind of fun stuff that you do. Think about a membership, becoming a member. Think about Patreon, maybe becoming a Patreon member. Check out all the links in the description. I have an Amazon link. I have a link to get yourself a t-shirt, Teespring link, and all that fun kind of stuff for me. Explorers are just such fun guitars. Those old ESP Explorers, the old Japanese ones, those things are super cool. I do have a couple of Dean Explorers, Dave Mustaine Explorers that are for sale. You can check out ZIMM'sguitars.net to look at my inventory on my website. A lot of them are in like new condition. Some Dave Mustaine Dean stuff. And again, thank you guys for watching, and everybody have a great day. Go buy a guitar.